Hi, I was gonna make a really cliche video, and I guess I'll still show the papers. And I guess people are gonna say this is cliche too, but I really don't give a crap. I'm doing this because I want to. So, first of all, this video is to say happy birthday to David Bowie. His birthday is in a couple days, and I thought it would be nice to make something nice, that's not related to modern music, too. I recently had an argument. I'm not even gonna get into that. This is a birthday video, so let's try to keep it there. So, I was gonna do one of these things where you have like the papers. So I will show them anyway because I took the time to write them all out, and I don't remember what they say because I wrote them a few days ago. And I've been trying to figure out how to make this. And I was like, well, my black roots are gonna look really trashy. And I kept thinking, well, why does it matter how good this video looks? It's really the content and the nice message, right? So anyway, David Bowie, David Jones, whoever's you celebrate as. I don't want to be offensive to any of the things. Yeah. So I had like, nice little messages. I wasn't going to talk at first. My handwriting is atrocious too, so it's probably a good thing I did not go this route. I mean, I'm still showing them because I wrote them, but... Oops. That's true, I would pay for one song. I'll edit in the thing I'm talking about later. I was not prepared for this. I was just like, I'm just gonna go. Yeah, you've made so much stuff that I actually stopped counting how old you were. I'm just like, I don't know, he's like 67, 68, maybe 70. So, happy birthday. No matter how old you get, you're awesome. There's a virtual hug. You know. So, since I didn't do the super, the black and white, flipping the pages thing, I think I would rather just say that no matter how old you get, your birthday should never be boring, so make sure to do something fun, anything fun. I don't care if it's just like I do and go to get food from Thai Kitchen to bring home to be a hermit, because I know exactly how that feels. I don't leave much. I leave to go to conventions, and yeah, I leave to go to conventions and cosplay events, and occasionally I will visit people. I'm pretty bad at that, actually. So I guess I kind of relate on the hermit thing, or what they call it, you're reclusive? Yeah, what they call you, yeah, I'm the same way. Anyway, don't do anything boring on your birthday. Obviously, have a wonderful birthday, and no matter how old you get, we're always still going to love you. And didn't you have people younger than me that are really big fans? And I know I look probably younger than I am. I tried to make up enough to look older, but I'm 32, and I know people who are 15 who are really big fans, and I don't even know how that happens, but it's good, right? So all of those people, I'm sure, are probably sending birthday messages. We don't know how to get a hold of you. I only know that you know how to find people on the internet, so that's why I made this video, to tell you, have a wonderful, not boring, awesome birthday with your family and your friends and whoever else. Sorry, this lipstick is sticking to my teeth because I don't wear makeup a lot. Or not this girl, anyway. I would have a ton more of things to say, but I would rather reserve those things for in person. hopefully you'll tour again, and that would be really great to meet you. I would pay for a VIP thing to be able to just meet you and ask questions, and you could obviously tell me, don't ask me that question, it's weird and uncomfortable because I'm autistic and I tend to just go on tangents and talk. High functioning, mind you, I'm not like an idiot or anything. Now watch, the autistic people are going to attack me on this video. I don't even care anymore. I was just specifying that I'm not an idiot. I just tend to talk a lot. And I'm still not putting my foot in my mouth. I don't really care. You know, there's a lot of things, though, that I would like to talk about and ask you. And I will tell you the story of the first time I got disciplined on... I was a small child, very small child. It was because a picture of you and your ex-former wife person that I got my first talk on not judging people for looks. But I'm not going to tell it on here, because I'll tell you in person if I ever meet you. Or in private or something, I will tell you some other time. So yes, even though you've done a lot of good artistically, you also made my mom give me a talk about how you should not judge people by their appearance, which is also amazing. Sorry, I'm not very caffeinated. I'm trying. I would like to keep this video under 15 minutes. I never go in scripted. I never go in knowing what I'm going to do. The only thing I go in scripted in is when I'm this character I made up named Habib, which basically is one of my uncles and one of my cousins combined into one person. Because I'm sure you can't tell from all the bleach, but I'm Lebanese, so I have a lot of family that, you know, they don't speak English very well. They have a lot of the habits, the stereotypical habits. So I go in unscripted, I end up talking about other stuff, but really, this video, I would love if you had a great birthday, but I would also love, you know, to meet you in person, even if you're not touring again, if you're just like, I'm gonna come to this city and hang out and you have to pay for this VI, I would still do that. It would still be nice to hear you sing, but, you know, I also know that could be strenuous on somebody, I guess. So yes, somebody direct this video to David Bowie, because obviously, you know, there's no email that works or anything anymore. I swear my brain will kick in any minute. Oh my goodness, that was watered down. Gross watered down soda. Anyway. So yeah, I got this thing off of Amazon. It's got copies of tickets, flyers, posters, there was one ticket in there, a ticket stub. It was like a kind of a cheesy little ticket. It wasn't a real ticket. Like you'd get it at an auditorium or a club or it's not those kind of tickets. It was this little piece of paper where somebody at one point could see you for $3. I was bored in the wrong time. I swear to God. I try to get ums out of my video, but sorry about them if I keep doing it. It would have been great, but I guess it's good that I was born now and not then, because then you still know that there's like these stepping stones of ages of people that are just like, wow, that song that was made 40 years ago is fucking awesome. At least I think it's good and complimentary. I think it means that, you know, people really enjoy the music. I'm one of those people that is a fan from the artistic perspective, where you're so artistically inspiring, even now that you're older and don't do, you know, tons of weird makeup or clothes. The videos are artistic, the ideas are artistic, the lyrics and the songs, which by the way, I really enjoyed The Next Day. I think that's what it was called, right? I think that's what the album was called. I don't own it yet because they sent me Nothing Has Changed instead, which I'm not complaining about, it's just they sent me the wrong album. On YouTube, I watched several of the videos, though, and I quite enjoyed them. There was like one or two songs where I was like, oh, I'm not digging that, but, you know, that's for any artist, for anybody. I mean, Bob Dylan, and I'm trying to think of other famous people. Paul McCartney, Bob Dylan, the Beatles, they have all made crap songs at one point. I liked almost that entire album, though, just going through where people have put it up on YouTube and made you a fan videos and things, and you know, young you, old you, doesn't matter. You're so artistically creative that you just make interesting songs and videos or throw out the ideas and it turns into this whole thing. And it's wonderful. And I'm sorry that I ramble a lot and I will go off to subject to subject and I apologize for this. Deeply I do. I think the video recently that I liked the most, besides the next day video, that one was just fucking awesome and had Gary Oldman in it, and I just thought that was, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cuss. But it was just that cool. Did it again. So the other video was the one with Tilda Swinton in it, where it was kind of like being puppet master ghosted by your former selves or something, so to speak, and then trading places and ending up being in the other position as just a spectral observer. So, you know, it was kind of like, I hate to compare video things, but it was kind of like the Blue Jean mini movie in the way that it reminded me of, oh, we see two perspectives in this video, and that video made me feel, oh, we see two perspectives. That's very interesting. I totally can dig that. And also, some person, I haven't looked it up myself because I don't believe it, told me there's going to be a sequel to The Labyrinth. Please listen to people who love you. If I gave you my permission to go on my friends list and ask every single person on there, they will tell you, we only read the comic out of desperation. Please do not make it related to that horrible abortion of a story. Most people read the beginning and then read the end, and that was it. Nobody gives a fuck about Toby. Sorry about the F word, but it's true. Nobody cares. They just care about the Sarah and the Jareth thing because it's very, very fascinating. Because she went from like a kid to an adult. But the books really were awful. The novelization of the movie was really good, but the comics, they were just so... Not comics, manga, technically, because I know there was comics Marvel did. They were decent. But it was so bad. So if you have any say in this, and you want your fans to have any respect to you, just keep it about what you find the most things about and ignore the weird pedophile fetish people because they're horrible people. But they have freedom of speech like everybody else. Unfortunately. The KKK does too. So, yeah. I hate to go off on this because I don't even know if it's true. I'm just one of those people where I'm like, I'll believe it when I see it. You know, it was one of those things where I was like, I don't believe it. But if there is, put your foot down. Because people are fans of you as that character. And they're fans of Sarah as a character by Jennifer Connelly. Nobody likes Toby. Like, nobody. Except for people who write horrible stories and probably should be put in jail if they act on those things that they write. I'm not going to get into more of that. So yeah, I had to address that here because I don't know if it's true or not, but if it is, please, for the love of God. And a happy ending would be great because that's all we ever wanted for him. Though, you know, directors like to twist things. With our luck, they would twist it and they would be like, oh, they get a happy ending, but Jareth gets kicked out of his kingdom and he's human now. Whatever. As long as it's not about Toby, nobody cares. Well, you know, as long as Toby's not in it, and that even if it was a horrible ending like that, still good. So yeah, sorry to go off on these random subjects. Like I said, I go in and I make videos. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to say. I'm too excited too, even though it's just a video, but I know that a lot of people say as I get older, I don't want to celebrate birthdays. Don't be one of those people if you've had that thought. No, actually, you know, go out, go have fun, do something interesting, even if it's something you've never done before. Like if you just decide, you know what, I want to go see the Smithsonian Museum for my birthday, go do it. Because you only live once, and, you know, while technology can keep us somewhat coherent until we're 90 or so. Well, I don't know, there was that one old lady who's 110, and she's still all there, and is more than happy to tell you she's still all there. So yeah, technology can keep you, you know, fine for a good amount of years. You want the years before 95 years old, let's say between 16 and 95. Those are the years that you want to not waste. So please don't waste them. I have reached 15 minutes and I wanted to show the other thing, but I will finish this part up really quick. You only live once, I only live once, so, you know, would be great to meet you one day, and if I don't, I will be very sad. So you're not allowed to die, just so you know. No matter what, you're not even allowed to die if you're 100 until I meet you. So you got that? Okay. So happy birthday. I don't know what they do for people's 68th birthday. Are you 68? I think you're 68. For people's 68th birthday, I don't know what they do. But I don't think anybody would make old man jokes to you because you still look better than most people who are 50. Not to insult people I know, but if you stood next to my mom, you would look the same age. My mom used to go out in the sun all the time and just not do anything because she thought she was dark-skinned and safe. I know that this has been like a cluster of a video, but I mean the good things with all my heart, and I'm sorry that I just go off. I'm excited and I'm happy, and I really hope that this is directed to you and you see it. I'm gonna go add a small part of me going through the other box. I'll probably be really excited for that, so please excuse me, but I just think you're so artistically awesome that I can't not be excited. So, have a good day. My Heart Exploding is my alias online. It's nice to meet you through the screen. So, yes, I will go in this and go get the other thing, so I'll be right back. I'm back. Hair out of the way, obviously, because it'll get caught in one of these. Wait, this side, sorry. One of these is a horseshoe, so it likes to get caught. So hair book bad. So it's this thing. It's, you know, unofficial, unlicensed, and everything. But this is all we can get because there's no more fan club, and my mother mistakenly, and it was an honest mistake, threw away a box that had anything I ever had from your fan club in it. So this is all I can do now. They've done very good with the front and back covers. But I was just so happy to have just copies. There's a picture of you as Aladdin. Front part. A picture of you doing some makeup as Ziggy, just randomly. Obviously, I won't show the whole inside of the book. I don't want to get sued by whoever this guy is, but I will show you the stuff that's in it. I'm very pleased with this. Oh my god, it's like a full poster. Hold on. It's just like a reprint of this one. Still, I mean, you can tell I've opened this, I can't tell you how many times, and it's still, the edges are good. I'm very happy to have it. It's like now I only have like a fake autographed thing, but whatever, you know, it's so good. There's an introduction that actually says on your 62nd birthday, people were, or 65th? Yes, 65th, how people were saying, oh, come out of being like me. Do you have a bunch of cats too? Because I have a bunch of cats. Don't worry, I'm not one of those lonely people. I have a husband too, but you know, I've got like 4 cats. I got little baby girls, a big Savannah cat that's huge, and a Stuart who is a very antisocial cat. Well, oh, I believe this is, it's my second favorite picture of you. I'm so sorry about the sinus thing too. It just kind of started when I started making the video. That picture, if I remember correctly, was taken when you got one of your first fan letters from America, right? And you know what's funny is I've never read a biography because I feel like it's disrespectful and weird. And don't tell me I'm not wrong. It just feels like you're prying too much, and I can't do that. I feel even bad if somebody dies, I will not read a biography about them for 10 years or so after, because it's too disrespectful. Alright, let me get to the other things that are in here. Oh, okay, so here is one of the fake tickets. Some of them are printed inside the book, but I don't want to get too much out. Wait. If this is a copy of somebody's ticket, it's a good copy, because there's like dirt and junk on the back. So, this was like $8 to see you at the time. But I'm happy to have it, even though it's a copy. It's not worth anything. I am so happy to have this. And what's interesting about this whole thing that they gave me is there's the Isolar 2, like it's like you got an additional guide thing, and it comes with the drawing and a very unflattering picture of you screaming. They do that to all of us. All of us have unfashionable, yeah. This was a strange thing to include, but interesting nevertheless. It was a management contract from way back in the day, because I'm pretty sure that nobody wants that amount of money now that's a musician. And this one amused me a lot because there's all these people I've never heard of, and then there's David Bowie way at the bottom, and then Gary Glitter, who had his one song and then did some bad things. One fake signature of yours before you were David Bowie, where you were Davy Jones with an IE. And I don't blame you, because I wouldn't want to be mistaken for two guys, you know. And then there's this thing, which is kind of interesting too, because you're way down here at the bottom. I don't know who any of these other people are, I just know you. But it's all fancy. Hey, stop fighting! Baby girls! No! I'm sorry that's in the middle of this video, but they will just tear each other's fur out. They're little cats, but they have got some claws. Sorry, I have to delicately put it back in. I forget who printed this this thing. Yeah, there's plays, movies. It's like got Labyrinth. It's got the Elephant Man, The Hunger. It even has a picture from I think Zoolander in it somewhere, and The Man Who Fell to Earth. Obviously, that's one of the ones that everybody knows. Okay, so there is a ticket. Was a ticket between there that was the $3 one for if you want to see David Jones. And with this came 2 tickets. This one was $30 to see you, and I don't really know what area that is. It may have been in a balcony. But I mean, even though it's just a copy, it's a good copy. So, and then this is very fancy. This looks like it came from France, I believe. Yeah, maybe France. Or I can roughly translate Latin-based dialect. It could be Italian, French, Spanish, Portuguese. I don't know, but it looks very French to me. And then there's a quote-unquote previously unreleased photos, but they're just like somebody snaps pictures on stage. So, I mean, just stuff that you probably are like, oh, I remember that person with the flash camera sitting there taking pictures of me. So yeah, it's probably something that you're like, oh, I remember that guy. I'm sorry if this video ends up being very long, by the way, but I want you to not only have a happy birthday, but know that even copies of stuff mean quite a great deal to people. Oh, I almost lost something in there. So, postcard. That came with it. And then this is kind of awesome because it's the whole, like, oh, we're going to be in all these cities thing. So, let me just pick a random page that has the map on it. Yeah, so it shows all of these stops, which is very cool. And does it have anything else? It looks like it lists other bandmates who I have no idea if they're still working, but I don't want to show them in case they don't want to, don't want to be seen or anything of that sort. I think this is the first time I've actually been nervous behind camera, but I work well under pressure. And that wasn't a pun. Oh, and also, can I ask about this? This looks like very similar to that sweatsuit in the blue jean video. Are you one of those people who's like me and just doesn't throw certain articles of clothing away because they're either comfortable or they're awesome? Because I don't throw anything awesome away, and I don't throw anything super comfortable away. And that looks very much like the top part of that. Don't ask anymore, I'm just saying. I understand you if that's the case. Oh, and by the way, please, in the most respectable way possible, because I don't want to sound like a creepy pervert, your wife, you know, the hot one, Iman, she's very beautiful. I have her book too. Oh, and you need this hair back because it draws attention away from the sides of, because you know, as you get older, I mean, it happens to everybody, your face kind of widens. That will make it slim back down. I'm not trying to tell you how to wear your hair, I'm just making suggestions. Oh, this is a 20 pounds standing balcony seat, and it's from the 90s, so it's from, even when, you know, some of your fans that are much older than me were like, oh, electronica's the devil, I was like, Afraid of Americans is one of the coolest songs he's ever put out. And then a lot of people took that really seriously and got really butthurt, but if they had paid attention to the video, it was kind of funny. I'm not really sure what all is. Oh, there's a really, really nice poster in here. Oh, another one where it's, don't know what year, but you're way at the top, bold print. I don't know any of these other people, just you. And this looks like the Serious Midnight Flyer movie? Yes, it is. So it's, yeah, flyer, is this what these are called? The posters that they put around saying, hey, come and see this, yeah. So it's that, and then this poster is just awesome. I actually have a shirt that's very similar to this. Don't judge me. Like I said, I'm a fan of you as an artist. But it's a very, very nice picture. If I could flatten it out, I would frame, you know, these posters, even though they're replicas. I really like that picture. I really like pictures that aren't, while I like artistic pictures, I also like pictures that look like they were candid or like they were the random shot at the end of the set that turned out so wonderful. And again, sorry that this goes on long, but I just wanted to show you that all of this fake stuff makes people so happy that it sells out on Amazon all the time. I got the very last one of the current ones. Oh, now I can tell you what it was showing. Oh, it was Just a Gigolo, The Hunger, Labyrinth. I think it's shot from Zoolander. So at the very end, obviously, there's like a much more recent photo. And there's a poster inside, which even though it's printed on like a newsprint paper, this is one of my favorite posters that ever could be made ever, because it's so unique and artistically interesting. I don't know if you commissioned this or how this one came about, but to me this is one of the most awesome posters ever. I probably will have trouble taking it out of this book, even though it's just a fake replica. I probably will have a lot of trouble putting it in a frame or displaying it whatsoever, because I'm like, it's perfect, it needs to stay where it belongs. But, you know, one of these days I need to open my action figures, and I will. Speaking of which, they need to reprint some of those, the second type of figures of you with the brown jacket when you're the Goblin King, because I need that so I can sew it. Don't worry, I use prosthetics. I do you justice for your character. So yeah, that thing, I mean, this thing, let's see, who is it? Who is it printed by? 1 book, 5 posters, 12 rare archived documents. Okay, that's what it says. Who wrote this? Mike Evans. Some guy named Mike Evans made this. So if anybody wanted to get it just because I don't want to get sued. David Bowie, I'm sorry, this is in your birthday video. Because I don't want to get sued. If anybody wanted to buy that, please check Amazon.com. Back to the video. And no, I'm not affiliated. I just don't want to get sued for showing stuff. Back to the video. I am very ADD. I'm sorry. But as you can see, just from the things I was showing you, I just find you very artistically inspirational. If you ever saw any of my art, you'll notice that most of my characters have the same features that you have. Even the older ones have very similar features to what you have. Granted, I have trouble drawing older people. Much of the time I can get up to about a 40-year-old decent-looking man. But I only do okay. But they do have those features because I found... the first thing my mom ever showed me was Ziggy Stardust and then Aladdin singing. And when I was a kid, I was automatically interested in this and wanted, like, spiky, crazy hair and I wanted the whole package. I didn't get that. I got, like, Tina Turner hair, but it's close enough, right? And, you know, as a child, I grew up just thinking, oh, this guy is cool. This guy wears dresses and he's a guy, so I can wear guy clothes and well, I'm not going to say I'm not a guy. I'm just going to say I'm not born with guy parts. So, I mean, it was a very comforting thing in that way as well. So, I can probably get this out of the way because it just makes the roots look more trashy. I know, off on tangents again. I have trouble putting things into words when I'm not face to face with somebody. And I also like going in unscripted because then it comes from my heart, because you know that everything I'm saying is very true. Even when I go off on tangents about, oh my god, if there's going to be a Labyrinth sequel, you do something about this. Even when I go off on stupid things like that, it's all, you know, heartfelt. And I do know that things get harder the older you get, even if you're, you know, if you exercise in things, because even though I exercise in things myself, I have degenerative joint disease and arthritis, and I've had it since I was in my 20s. And so my joints are about like 50, and well, 50 with arthritis, so it kind of sucks. But I would like to thank you for being an artistic inspiration, and you know, I know a lot of people will be like, well, and I've had people try to do this, and I'm going to tell you this. I had a friend who was so determined to make me hate you. He would be like, well, he did this. Well, he did this drugs, and he's bisexual. Well, my friend didn't know I was bisexual myself at the time. So I finally had to shut him up with saying, look, dude, everybody does drugs when they're young. Everybody does dumb things when they're on drugs. And everybody makes mistakes, period. We're all human. And he finally left me alone after that, and after I showed him Labyrinth because he ended up liking it. He was confused by The Hunger, I think, but he still seemed to like that movie, and he loved The Man Who Fell to Earth. I was like, yeah, there's a book, you should read it. He went and read the book, and then he did book and movie comparisons, and he was like, you know, I still really think I like the movie better. So I turned somebody from being, I guess they were raised in a household maybe where that was unacceptable, to the parents, what's the word, when they're raised in a certain era where they think things are bad that aren't actually bad. So I turned somebody into a Bowie fan. And yes, we say Bowie here, we don't say Bowie or whatever weird things that Scottish people say. Because over here a Bowie knife is a Bowie knife, so you're good. I saw an argument with some people asking you how it was pronounced, and so many different people were arguing. I'm sorry this ended up so long. You can watch it in segments. But I'm just very excited for this to even get to you. I hope it does, and I hope you have a wonderful birthday. And again, you're never too old to have fun on your birthday. Never. And I mean, you have one grown child, correct? And then you have a child that's about 16, I think? 15? So you have a teenager and an adult, and then you have a wife, and you probably have some friends that are pretty close. Just pick something, I don't, you know, I don't care what it is. It would be nice for you to come onto your Facebook page or what other things that you run and be like, hey, I did something for my birthday that I've never done before. I went to go see my own exhibit because I heard that there's an exhibit, but it's, you know, it's nowhere near me, so I'm in Seattle. So I mean, you could just, you know, do something fun that's also, you know, not uncomfortable. Fun but not uncomfortable. Like I mean, like I brought up the Smithsonian because it's one of those things where it's like I live too far away, but I would love to see that once, just once, even though I probably would be bored through half of it. I would still want to see it. Even though I love history. And I love that they have things like a giant great white shark and a preserved tank. They just got so much cool stuff there. So, no matter what you do, museum, art exhibits, party, which I'm guessing that that's not something you want, but you know, go do something fun. The zoo is fun. I mean, so anything. Even if it seems out of character completely, just go do something fun. And be surrounded by smart, kind-hearted, good people on your birthday. So happy birthday, and have a wonderful one, and I'm going to try to edit these videos together and get this horribly long thing up. You've been an inspiration to everybody, including me, and countless other people, and I hope you know that we're very grateful for that, even though you may feel like you've done nothing. You've done way, way more than you think, and I hope that you will continue to do so. I heart exploding out.